QBASIC file handling, append mode. Welcome back everybody. I'm Prakash Badan, your trainer for this entire series. So far I do remember that we were talking about, creating and you're just simply displaying the contents of file. Now there is one more mode. That means your open mode is already explained and we have done so many programs. Apart from that, we also talk about the input mode. That means that mode was simply used to display the content of file. But apart from that, sometime we might come across certain need now, for adding a more record in your previously created file, previously created your data file. And so in that case, now in this session, we're going to talk about adding some more records in your pre-created your file. So first I need to, have one more file over here in order to have a session for this. So that's why we are going to borrow the same file that we have created last time in our session. The name of that file which we have created last time was employee.dat, and these are some sort of your field name that we have used, that is in the form of your name, address, phone number and kind of age. Now what we're going to make sure that first, before we write a program to add more records with the help of your append mode, don't forget, now today we're going to talk about append mode. So append mode is simply used to add a more record in your pre-created your data file. So in order to make sure that the file does exist, so I'd like to write a simple program to make a list of all those contents that we have created. So it will be a quick review for you also to write a program to display the content. Then only we're going to write a program to add more records. So let me create a file. So we're going to display the content of file. So that's why it's the same thing. Employee.dat is your file name. So we are going to load all the file. At the end of file, the meaning is already explained. Now we're going to write how many field names are there. Input has one, that's a file number. We are having a name, $, we can use address, $, and let's say it's your that means two more numeric values are there. It might be phone number and age. It can be anything. So now let's print first in order to make sure that this data does exist so that we can add the more record. So now when close has one, we are closing a file and end, and it should display the content of a file that you have created last time. So how many records do we have? Only 2 records. Now we are going to use we are going to make the best utilization of append mode. That means we are having only 3 modes: output mode, input mode, append mode. Output mode is simply creating your data file. Number 2 is your input mode, that is used to display the content of file. And number 3, append mode, that is used to add more record in your previously created file. So now you have already witnessed over here, we are having only 2 records. See, have a look over here one more time. So now we are going to write a program to add 2 more records. Okay. Now, since we are going to write a program to add more 2 records, the file mode is A. That means that's a append mode. Okay, now and then do you have to load your previously stored data over here? And the answer is no. Why? Those 2 records are already stored in your data file. Now you are going to write a program to add 2 more records. So that's why I don't need to load those 2 records over here. So now I'm going to write for I is equals to 1, 2, 2. Why? Because I would like to add 2 more records. So I'm going to write enter name, okay, address, let's say a phone number, anything, something like that, and age. You can write anything. Okay, so name in $, age $, phone number and age we can give. So we are going to write as 1 because we need to write this data so that it gets stored in your data file. So what are the field names that you are going to write? Name in $, age $, might be phone number, and age anything that you have. Okay, it's already now written. Next, okay, I need to close this file and end. So let's run this program and make sure that it's going to allow you to add 2 more records. So it's asking you enter name. Okay, so what new name would you like to give? So let's say I'll give my own name. Okay, phone number, address, KTM. Okay, age, give any you want. So what do we have? Phone number, let's say anything. And let's say this is a 1 record. Second record, okay, second record, anyone you like. Okay, like let's say Ravi, okay, Lalitpur, phone number, something like that. Okay, anything you want. So 2 records are added now. See, now you need to make sure that 2 records are really added with the help of your append mode. Okay, now in order to make sure 2 records are added, which mode are we going to use? I mode. Why? because we need to display. Now, since we are not sure how many records are there, okay, so we are going to use while not UF one. Of course, you can use a loop as well, but it's not practical. Okay, now since we are going to display the record, edited record, so I'm going to write load a data. That means input has one. So it loads. Okay, what are the fields it's going to load now? Input has one. Then field names. What are the field names? These all are. Okay, and are we going to write it? No, we want to display. And rather than next I, what we have over here? When. Input has one, that means load the data from the file number one. And what are the field names? Name, address, and two more numeric values that we have. And since it's already loaded, now we need to print. And don't forget, while printing has and the file number is not required. That is required only the time you load it. So if I run it, now congratulations, your two more records are successfully added over here. So this way, you can add a more number of records in your previously created data file. Now, I do understand there is another type of question as well in your, SE, that sometimes you might be asked to write a program to modify certain record, or sometimes you need to, write a program to delete certain record from your file handling. So this topic we are going to cover in our next video. So I hope this program help you to understand how the new records can be added in your previously created data file. So if you find it fruitful, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.